Hello, everyone. It's Hyde in the Philippines. Today, I want to talk to you about a little discovery I made during a phone call or a video chat that I had with my beautiful girlfriend. Now, I have a Philippine girlfriend, and we know each other pretty well. But every once in a while, something will come up that I didn't know about my Philippine girlfriend that is a revelation. Now, what I did not know about my little beautiful Filipina is that she is a full-fledged private investigator, with a complete understanding of forensic analysis from the seen and unseen events that have transpired within my life. Now, I've watched a bunch of videos, maybe not a bunch, but a few videos on Philippine women and, how to act and interact with your Filipino, the do's and the don'ts and stuff like that. And, some of that stuff is useful, but then, quite a bit of it is you're like, yeah, that shit don't apply to me. That's got nothing to do with me until it does. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Gladys and I had been together for probably about a month, and we were living in Bantayan Island. Everything's going great, and we're sitting there one day, and I hand her my phone. I want to build some trust with her, so I handed her my phone, and I was like, here's my phone. I want you to go through it. I want you to see that I've got nothing to hide. You know, and I was confident in that arrogance and confidence in my pristine reputation, and there was nothing to hide. I got nothing to hide. So, I handed that phone right over, just smug. There's nothing, she ain't gonna find nothing. There's nothing there. So and she gladly accepted that phone. She smiled great big, and I handed that phone over. She went to work diligently. I didn't hear from her for the next two hours. She went through that phone, and I thought she saw everything because she spent about 2 hours with her head down like this, just looking at this, doing, and I was like, okay. Well, she handed me my phone back, and I was like, well, okay, that's the end of that. If there was anything that she wanted to know, she would have asked by then. She had pointed out a couple pictures, wanting to know what these were, and I told her. But other than that, I'm saying to myself, okay, we're done here. You know, like I said, I had nothing to hide, and so, like I said, that's the end of that. Okay, now I left the Philippines in April. Okay, and when I left Gladys with my phone that I had. Okay, I had a brand new phone. I'd only had it for 4 months. It was brand new. Now her phone was probably a couple years old and it had a crack in it. It was in bad shape. So I just said, "Hey, here, just take my phone, and when I come back, I'll just buy another phone, and you just keep this one." Well, that was in April, and therein lies my mistake. As soon as I don't know how it happened, but in my mind, as soon as I left, the hotel room on my way to the airport, she turned into a forensic specialist, and to put a deep dive into that phone. Now she's had the damn thing for 6 months now. Okay, she has been through every text message I ever sent, every Facebook message I ever sent. Every photo has been, thoroughly gone through, been blown up. There's graphs and charts and everything. They brought in a full team. I doubt that, but I mean, she went through everything. Okay, and I would have never known. I didn't think nothing about it because once again, my pristine reputation that I have of, having been a loser and not had a woman in so long. I figured, what the hell, not a problem. Well, anyway, the other day we're having a conversation, and they celebrate in the Philippines. They start Christmas in September, September 1st. They're decking the halls. Christmas is happening, and it goes all the way up till Christmas time. Well, anyway, she's telling me about Christmas, and I was like, wow, you guys are just insane with this. In September, you'll get killed if you even mention Christmas before Thanksgiving. So anyway, she's talking about it, and I get to thinking, she's got her family's small, but right next door there's like 4 or 5 houses, and that's all her cousins and family and stuff. and they're sort of like a big dirt compound, hard pack out there. And when they do stuff, that's where a lot of the stuff happens. So I was thinking, well, I'll just buy them a volleyball net and some volleyballs. That way, they can play volleyball. And you're like, what? Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you don't know, Filipinos and Filipinas are batshit crazy about two things, and that's basketball and volleyball. They love it. They absolutely love it. I forgot, three things if you want to count cockfighting, but I'm saying televised stuff. They absolutely love it. So I'm just in this. I've been at her house, and watched volleyball with her and her dad. They love that. I mean, they watch it back to back, and I'm not up on it, but okay, they like it. So innocently, I say, well, why don't I buy your family a volleyball net and some volleyballs? Well, right. That's when I realized something was amiss, because she immediately goes, "Oh, so you wanna get us a volleyball?" Now I haven't had a lot of relationships, but I knew by the tone and the way she said that there was something wrong, and I had to best get to the bottom of it. And I was like, "Well, it's just a volleyball net. What's so bad about?" Well, I know why you want a volleyball net. And I was like, "Yeah, because you guys like volleyball, and y'all are always watching it." And she was like, "Never mind. Now I'm going to tell you right now, boys, girls, whoever you are out there, if you're in a relationship with anybody and they ever say, never mind, it doesn't matter, I assure you, you had better mind, and it does freaking matter." So I spent the next 10 minutes trying to extract what the hell is going on here. What are you talking about? What, because I'm not putting two and two together, because I'm not that smart. I hate saying that out loud. Anyway, uh, my first trip to the Philippines, I had gone out with a 21-year-old girl. We went out on 2 dates, with a friend. So it was me and this girl, and my friend and his girl. So it was like a double date deal. We went out twice, and when I got home, I talked to her for probably 2 months. We chatted on Facebook Messenger, and I just, after 2 months, I knew it wasn't going to work out. She was too young for me, and it just wasn't going to work. So I ended it. I was like, we're done here. And I hadn't spoken to that girl in 2 years. I didn't block her or anything because I wasn't mad at her. I didn't unfriend her. I was just like, we're done. She never reached out and said anything to me after that. I'm done here. Well, Gladys went through every one of those messages. Everything that I said to that girl, she knows. So she knew that that girl was interested in volleyball. So therein lies the rub. Since I wanted to get a volleyball net, it was more important, more apparent that I still had feelings for this girl that I hadn't talked to in 2 years. And the way I was going to profess my love was with a volleyball net. Now I'm going to tell you one thing right here, right now. One of the worst things you can do when confronted with her truth is to laugh at that truth. That was a bad move on my part. I regret laughing. I mean, I couldn't help it though. It seemed kind of ridiculous to me that that we'd be talking about something and someone that I hadn't talked to in 2 years, but by God, she wanted to have words about it, and we did. And I spent the next 10 minutes trying to explain away a relationship that I had anything to do with for 2 years, and I did. I think I put that to bed, and I don't know where I stand on buying that volleyball net. I don't believe I can ever talk about volleyball again in my life, but I'm not sure. Well, that wasn't the end of it. I was like, okay, that's, and then she goes, and what about that picture? I'm like, what? What picture? Uh, she's like, this picture. Now, if you've ever video chatted, then if you video chatted, the picture's okay, but then she holds up a phone that she had, stretched out to point out a certain thing. Well, to give you some reference to what we're talking about, one day we had been living together in Bantayan, and I went to the beach by myself to go with some friends. And that day I have an inflatable chicken costume. It blows up around me. It looks like I'm riding a big ass chicken. Well, we went to the beach that day and I put on the costume and we went around. And now when you do that, everybody want to take your picture. Okay. I had, lots of people came up and want to take my picture. Well, the picture in question we were talking about is I was holding the reins of the chicken, and then instead of putting my arm around the girl's shoulder, I had put my hand down here, and my hand was on this woman's hip. Okay, there's the problem right there. What was my hand doing on this woman's hip? Now I got no defense. I got no explanation. I don't know what to say about this seemingly harmless act. When you take a picture, you like this or like this. Well, I mean, I'm telling you right now, I've not heard the end of this, and I don't know if I ever will, because she's holding this thing up to the computer trying to point out my hand, and I do what any good man that's caught in a corner and doesn't know what to do. I just denied the hell out of it. I was like, I can't see nothing. I got a cataract. It just started happening right. It just came on right this minute, and I'm gonna have to go see somebody about it. But I don't know what you're seeing because I can't see it. Well, that didn't help either. I might have been better if I could have seen it, because then it might have died right then and there. But I know for sure that Gladys has saved that photo, and when I return to the Philippines, I'm going to be accosted with this thing and with the pointy finger. Oh, you can't see that? All right, I got to tell you, I was left, going, man, I'm going to really have to, step up my game on how I act, walk, and talk when I'm around women that aren't my woman. You know what I'm saying? I was joking with her. I was like, from here on out, if any of you people see me taking a picture and it's like this, it's because my girl is nowhere around and I don't want to get in no trouble. I'm just going to put my hands up in the air like so, to where I don't have to have this interrogative, confrontational Spanish Inquisition. They were conquered by the Spanish, so there's some of that Inquisitor blood in them. I almost felt like at any point she was going to start hitting me with one of them flails or a flog or something, and to extract my confession. Having done absolutely nothing, I'm innocent. Innocent, I swear. Innocent. I've done nothing. You can't prove shit. That's not helping. Okay, well, I've been a little long-winded on this, but like I said, if you're out there, and just know that your girl is keeping a very good eye on you, on what you do and what you don't do. And I'm just oblivious to it, and but I'm gonna pay attention a little better and act accordingly, because I am currently in a relationship and I'm not trying to jeopardize that. Now, I'm not going to be nitpicked, but I will make sure from here on out my hands only touch the hips of the woman I love. All right, this has been Hiding in the Philippines. Y'all be as good as you can. Ciao.